confidence. When I got Louis roll like hips and take a sip on it. Take a trip on it. When I got you can go slow.
Did you know, right here in Ghana, we have access to different types of tea? Not your normal regular milk in the tea type. No, we have access to different flavors of tea. I came across Aguma recently and I was so interested in what they were doing. So I'm speaking to Clarissa today. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Wow, you have this range of teas. This is amazing. So I came across this at someone's place.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this and where has this been? I've never seen it. This is amazing. This is your whole business?
It is my business, yeah.
Wow. Okay. First of all, you have an accent very similar to mine. Where are you from?
I'm from the UK. I'm a London girl, so I'm from London.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
And you live in Ghana now?
I do. I've lived in Ghana since 2019.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, you've been here a little while now.
Quite a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you came up with this concept of tea.
Yes, I did.
Bringing some UK to you.
Yeah.
To Ghana.
When I decided that I wanted to move to Ghana, it was like around 2018. And I knew I wanted to start a business and I wasn't sure. I had a lot of interests, a lot of passions. And I thought I'll just start with something that I love, something that I personally really enjoy. And I've always enjoyed tea, and my appreciation for tea had evolved over the years.
Really?
Like beyond the regular English, builders.
Yeah.
You know, I got into like green teas, white teas. I was sourcing teas from Taiwan and Hong Kong. And
really?
Yeah.
You're a real tea lover.
So I actually went to Taiwan in 2012 and my friends there, I mean in Taiwan they've got a huge tea culture, a bit like in Japan, and that's when my perception started to evolve, and not just drinking tea just for like as just a warm drink, but there's also kind of a ritual around it as well, especially the way they prepare it in the Far East. So yeah, that evolved how I saw tea.
Really?
Yeah. So then I decided if I'm going to start a business, I'm not sure where to start. I'll just start with something that I really enjoy, which I think it was the right approach for me.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So did you find that? Were you a bit worried when you first started? Because I don't know how much do Ghanaians drink a lot of tea. I don't know. I know they drink a lot of Milo.
Yeah.
They were consuming Milo by like the barrels of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But tea, I'm not so sure about. So how's that been, introducing tea here?
Well, I noticed, like when I would come to Ghana on holidays and I'd go to a hotel just for the day, or I'd go to a spa, I noticed if I asked for tea, I was offered Lipton and other teas that were not they didn't really taste like the tea that I was too familiar with.
Yeah.
But I noticed that people are tea drinkers, and also they like tea for medicinal purposes as well.
Right, that's very true.
Like, you know, grandma's giving you a hot cup of like neem leaf or bitter leaf.
That's
so
true.
They are used to that. So I thought the health benefits was something I was going to look into, and also just drinking tea for pleasure as well.
Really? Does it really bring you that much pleasure?
It's a lifetime habit now, so maybe I'm an addict. Yeah, maybe I just can't live without it.
No, I'm really actually fascinated. I don't know a lot of people that are like really, really hardcore into tea like you seem to be. And obviously you believe in it so much that you've created a wonderful line. Now, what kind of flavours do we have here?
Okay, so we have one of the most popular ones is chamomile tea, which
that's meant to be relaxing, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Good for sleep, good for anxiety, just calming. And some people just really like the flavour.
Yeah,
because it's very floral, aromatic. That's the most popular, and it's actually one of the most popular teas in the world anyway.
Yeah.
So that one is always a winner. I've got green tea. Ghanaians really like green tea. It's actually very popular here.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I get a lot of inquiries about green tea. Yeah, it's also, green tea isn't just some people like it as an alternative to black tea because it's also caffeinated.
Right.
But it's also good for tea detoxing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So a lot of people like to use green tea as a detox tea, and some people just really enjoy the flavour. So I've noticed people are a big fan of that.
Yeah.
And the next most popular one is the ginkgo, which is for memory and improving your brain health. Like a lot of people have brain fog and concentration problems, especially now with this, mobile devices and social media. Like a lot of us are like, our memory is getting reducing a bit. So that one's also quite popular.
Wow, okay. I noticed you have a mango one, right?
Yes, mango
I just
leaf.
like mango.
Yeah, well, it's mango leaf tea. So it does have a slightly mango taste to it. But it's got, I mean, because it's the leaves, it's got that earthy taste as well. But that one is actually really good for the heart and lowering blood pressure and managing blood sugar spikes as well. So it's popular amongst people, for people who have diabetes or high blood pressure. So that's one of the main benefits. But it's actually also really nice. But it's good even if you don't have one of those health conditions. If you have one of your days where you've eaten like half a tub of ice cream, it's good to like... You can balance your blood sugar with a cup of tea, and you can actually counter some of the negative effects of your diet with teas and create balance. So even if you don't have any health issues now, you're helping to prevent them in the future. So it's a good habit
generally,
to have.
it's good to drink tea anyway.
Especially for, I mean, the mango leaf one, I'm always talking about it because I think we do eat too much sugar in general.
I
so not just here, all over the world, because there's too much sugar in our diets. So, you know, if we could reduce that, or even if you don't want to reduce it, you can balance it with something. It's an education as well.
So can you literally taste the difference between the teas? Like if I was to blindfold you and say, taste this, would you be able to identify which tea it is?
Yeah, I would say so.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, some of the herbal ones, I tried a pawpaw leaf tea, and it tasted very similar to the mango leaf. So when you've got those like fruit leaf teas, they all have a similar kind of earthy, that kind of tree taste. They're not as distinctive. But now, I mean, some of them, like the ginkgo, has a very distinctive taste and smell. And also Lipia, that I haven't spoken about yet. Lipia is really beneficial. It's very popular in Congo, Gambia, Senegal, and it's good for managing symptoms of malaria.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it has like anti-malarial properties. It's anti-inflammatory.
So then that's just good to drink on a regular day then, right?
It's very relaxing, and it's got a kind of a fennel, minty, lemony taste to it. And it's all those flavors combined. It's quite its own unique flavor, but it's really nice. And that one's very distinctive. And there are some people who, like, once they're into Lipia, like they cannot get through a day without it. It's one of those. Because you do feel good afterwards. Like some teas, if they make you feel good and you can feel the health benefits, it's... you know, it becomes a part of your lifestyle.
Okay, interesting. So are you Ghanaian?
Yes. And I'm
mixed.
No, I'm mixed. So my mom's Jamaican and my dad's Ghanaian and Irish.
Okay. So what made you decide to move to Ghana specifically to do this?
So I'd been toying with the idea of moving to Ghana for some time. I first came as a teenager, really enjoyed it. Of course, I was a kid, I was having fun. So,
so it's definitely fun.
And then over the years, I just decided that I just needed a change from my life in London. And I was doing quite well in my career and I was happy with it, but I thought that was a good place to be when you make a change in your life. So the timing was just right. And I did think about it for about 9 months before I came. So it wasn't like really spontaneous. But the primary purpose wasn't just for the tea business, because even if I stayed in the UK, I think I would have done it anyway. And I came for a lifestyle balance, like quality of life, my own personal well-being.
So what were you doing before you came?
So I started out in the legal profession, and I've been working as a tax consultant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I still do that, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I might need some advice from you. Okay, so that's two very different things, right? Day and night.
Very different.
Wow.
Very, very different. And one of the hardest parts of the business wasn't actually sourcing the teas or the branding.
Yeah.
It was transitioning from being in a space where I'd been an employee for like 15 years to being an entrepreneur.
Right.
Because that's a personal growth issue.
Yes.
And I had to make that shift.
Yeah.
And I was also still working remotely. So I'll get up, I'll be on my laptop and working, but I'm also trying to manage my time and make time for this.
Yeah.
And I found I was putting the tea stuff on the back burner. So it took a while. I mean, I started the concept I came up with in 2018. I started when I moved here in 2019.
Yeah.
But it's now like in the last 10 months, I would say that my business is more established.
Oh, really?
But I think that it is true that a good business and a brand does take maybe 2 to 3 years.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You have to give it time. This is not going to be an overnight thing.
Exactly. So, but I also had to go through my own personal transition and learn how to be or tap into that entrepreneurial side of myself.
I was literally just about to ask you how that has been, being able to to go from, as you said, being an employee to having your own business and being responsible for your own actions and how far the brand is going to go. It's all on you, right?
Yeah.
So how has that been for you?
You know, it's really demanding, but what I find, which is a good thing, is that I have to take responsibility for absolutely everything.
Everything.
And
it's all you.
Yeah. I mean, I've made some mistakes. I've made some errors. And I had a whole, different packaging. I mean, I had a few mishaps.
Yeah.
But I couldn't blame anybody.
Yeah. There's no one's job but yours.
I had to learn from that.
Yeah.
And I think in a way, it was difficult. And I did have my moments where I was like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
Not the teas, but just the business aspect of it. But at the same time, I knew that I had that part of me.
Yeah.
It was there, but it was just dormant. So I just had to continue.
Yeah.
And at times when I found it really difficult to focus, I just was like, I'm just going to take a break for 2 months. I'm not going to force it too much.
Yes.
And then when I get back into that flow again, I'm ready. When I'm ready to go, it just starts flowing. Yeah.
So do you feel like there's definitely ebbs and flows as you're an entrepreneur, where days where you just love what you do, and then days where it's like, okay, this is a struggle for me, but I have to keep going?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
I think that's probably one of the things that people don't fully understand. Sometimes to be an entrepreneur, you're going to have really good days, and then you're going to have days where it's just going to be a complete struggle. You just don't want to do it. You question yourself, you have imposter syndrome and all of that stuff. It's all very, very real, but you keep pushing. So do you have a support system to help you, when you have those kind of moments? Or is literally everything on you? Well,
in terms of the business right now, I mean, I have partners, have my suppliers, I have ad hoc help.
Right.
But on the most part, it's all me. I do everything.
Right.
And I think in terms of support, it's talking to other entrepreneurs, other people in business.
That's key right there. Yeah. That's key.
Even one of my suppliers, he's in the herbal business as well, and sometimes I know I can call him anytime and we can just talk. And he's been through some challenges. I was talking to him about getting FDA approval and stuff like that. Also a family friend, she has a health food shop, and I will talk to her sometimes. And I think getting that advice and speaking to people who've already been through that journey, that is a support system, really.
That's exactly right.
Kind of getting that inspiration, or when you have those doubts and you're like, oh, really, should I continue? You talk to other people who felt exactly the same way at one point, and it's just something you'll move past. Definitely. So where do you source your tea from? How do you get all these? Okay, so some of them are sourced within Ghana, like the mango leaf. I have a supplier in the central region. And the Lipia tea comes from a farm just outside Kinshasa in the Congo. Oh, okay. And the owner of that, she lives in Toronto, actually, but she's like, you know, we've become like, we've never met, but you know, we've become like business partners, you know. So, you know, so I source from Congo. Some of them I get from wholesalers, like the Japanese teas, like the green tea and the ginkgo. I get those from wholesalers, and I'll just buy a few kilos and have them shipped to Ghana. So yeah, a variety of sources.
Okay.
And you have to have, I mean, I want to have a consistent supply chain, because of course the tea has to always taste the same.
Yes.
But in terms of so that's for each individual tea, but across the board, I mean, I have different suppliers and farms that I speak to. I mean, I have a few who I want to start sourcing from once I've finished my current stock.
Right.
So it's a constant area that I'm developing.
Yeah. I feel like your house is filled with boxes of tea. I don't know, that's what I'm imagining. Like, you walk into your house and like there's fragrance of tea everywhere. Oh, that's really good. So I noticed you have a few other products to go with the tea as well. So this is all part of the brand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I really like the tea bottle that you.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
This is an infuser.
I'm calling it a tea bottle. I don't know what it's.
Let's have a look at it. So it's a double glass infuser, the bamboo lid, and what we have here is the infuser. So you can put your loose leaf tea inside.
Right. And it doesn't go...
exactly. Or you can take this out, and if you make an iced tea, you put ice blocks in it, because it's double wall. It'll keep it cold. Which I find, like when I have a bottle of water in the car, it gets really warm if I've been driving for a while, especially in Ghana. So it keeps stuff cold, it keeps it hot. I mean, I've had tea that has stayed warm for like 4 hours in this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
like when I make it initially, it's almost too hot, because once you put it in, you put the lid on, it's like keeping that kettle water, like the kind of just freshly boiled heat level, and it's the environment is hot, so it stays hot for ages. But it's really handy.
Yeah.
You with or without the infuser.
It's really nice. I mean, it looks amazing too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this a line on top of the teas that you do as well? So someone could purchase that if they wanted to purchase it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So I always I promote them or sell them. I mean, most of my teas are in tea bags, just for convenience, but some of them can come as loose leaf, like the chais. I just introduced lemongrass chai and jasmine chai. And the chais are best made as a loose leaf. You know, there's just some herbal teas that are just better that way. So that would pair really well with that. And just in general, like some people just want an infuser bottle or like water bottle. So it just works.
Okay. So what's next for the tea? What do you have plans to grow the brand further?
Yes, absolutely. So at the moment, the way I sell mostly to shops, to health food shops, and
so do you go in there yourself and pitch to them?
Yeah, well, it's kind of arisen in different ways. Like some of them I've already known them, like I've met them. Someone has approached me and asked me if I would supply to her shop.
Right.
And there was another one who I actually used to shop from them. I would buy like my kind of health food products from them, and they had a few teas, and I just like called her one day. I was like, I've got a range of teas. Are you interested? And and then now she's I think reordered about 3 times, and her customers love it. So it's just like through networking. I've done a few giveaways as well, and some people have come across the brand that way and contacted me. And I mean, on a wider scale, to sell in like a broader range of shops, I would need to go for my FDA approval, which is something I've started. But I've selected, I mean, at this stage, I'm kind of testing the market. What's the most... I'll do it with maybe 3 or 4 most highest demand products and then expand it from there.
Sounds like a plan.
Amazing. So at the moment, I have 12 teas. So I'm looking to add perhaps 1 or 2 more.
Okay.
But at the moment, I mean, I think if I increased it too much, it would become quite big. I mean, I think for a starter, I mean, it's quite a big range of teas already.
I mean, it is.
But there's a few that, I mean, there's one, I'm looking at a few, I'm thinking I might discontinue one and introduce something else and just keep it at this level for the time being.
So do you sell worldwide, or is it only in Ghana?
I do sell worldwide. I have some in the UK.
Okay.
And I mean, it is available for DHL shipping, but because of the value of the tea and the cost of the shipping, it's a little bit of a, you know, it's sometimes it just doesn't make sense to pay that on shipping. But yeah, I mean, I have done some international orders.
So what does the name Aguma mean?
So that is from the Aguma Mountains in the Volta region. Because tea is typically grown on mountains.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
The original, like the actual tea, like black tea, green tea. The actual tea plant, it grows at a high elevation. So if you say, look at somewhere like Kenya, all of the tea farms are on the hills. The same in India, they're like hillsides. So that's why I wanted to go for that kind of mountain. Kind of, that was the only that's one of the more mountainous regions in Ghana. So that's where I got the name from.
It's a really nice name though.
It's simple. I mean, and it's easy to pronounce.
It is, I know. I was like, I said it to you earlier and I was like, Aguma? And I was expecting you to correct me and you're like, no, that's it.
Most people get it right, actually.
No, it's really lovely. Okay. So do you have a website where people can purchase and things like that?
Yes, so there's agumatea.com and I get most of my inquiries through Instagram, actually, which is at Aguma Tea.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
So really simple.
So what's the one piece of advice you'd give anyone who was hoping to start a business here in Ghana? What would you advise them?
I think they should be very flexible with their budget and expect some unexpected costs to come up. And also, if you're introducing something that's quite new, it's going to take a while to test the market and get people to get to know your brand, get to know something that they might not have heard of before. And you really have to, like with some of them, you need to be very informative about the product and the value and what it can do, what it can add to you. So like put a lot of thought into it and don't just assume that people will know
it's true
what it's about. So you really need to understand the market, understand how to do business in Ghana, which takes time.
I think that's great advice, actually. Just give yourself some time.
Definitely, because I mean, as you're going through the process, you could have so many unexpected setbacks, which is the case in business anyway.
Always.
But I think in Ghana in particular, especially something that's a slightly more new concept, we have a few products where people refer to them as the brand name rather than what it is. And when you bring something, you talk about herbal tea, you know, there may be just a default perception of what tea is, and that might be associated with a particular brand. So, you know, you need to just gently, like, you have to push.
You have to
get that message across.
That's really important. Oh, I love it. I wish you so much success with this. I'll have to purchase some myself, I think. I have my eye on the mango. I'm definitely a mango girl, so I'll give that one a try, I think. But yeah, it's been nice speaking to you. So people can follow you on your Instagram. You have your website as well. Okay, awesome. That's it. So thank you so much for talking to me today. I appreciate you taking out some time from your day. That's it. Guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do go check out the teas for yourself, try them, support her business. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, please, and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, we are out. Nutitfafa.